Hello, Marshall County, and this is December's staffing. Happy holidays for everyone, and I hope people are taking time off to be with family and friends and whatever you do to celebrate, or taking time for yourself. Let's start with December birthdays. We had Stacy Halinga and Stacy Marcelo Gonzalez, Michelle Hunsberger, Thomas Kennard has one coming up, and Steve is our New Year's baby. We have no new hires as of right now. Hopefully in January we'll have like two more. That's our goal. We've been interviewing. Returns and leaves, we don't have any right now. And position changes, the only position change at this point is Ashley Jacobs has moved into a BHSP position. That's something she's been working on for a while in the schools, building up her caseload, and so she's finally got to that point. Let's go to shout outs. Shout outs, let's see. Stephanie Godsey for covering Russell House in a pinch so Jennifer Williams could pick a client up from the hospital. Thank you so much, Stephanie. She literally responded in minutes and got over there and watched the house, so thank you. Thomas for running group discussion for Andrew when he had to leave at the last minute. A lot of last minute things here. Also for working hard with families that he shares with Kelsey Schaefer and helping the mom make strides with his own client despite changes coming up in the home. Also for being there for Kelsey with the case as she recently joined it. Amber Beaver for helping Amanda Himes on learn online scheduling and always helping out. Skills coaches that stepped up to help out with Russell House through November and December. Yes, thank you very much with any of those shortages. Very much appreciated. Melissa DeFluter and Jessica Hamilton for helping out, for helping to lead playgroup when Lynn had training. Jamie Davis for going above and beyond. Everyone that helped to cover Michelle Wise's rap cases while she was on leave. Nikki Fox for bringing Amanda Himes, Laura, Lindy Montgomery, Wanda, Becky Stiles food and dessert from the Christmas party. Joni was making to-go orders and Nikki was delivering them because they couldn't be there, so. And Melissa DeFluter for taking time to meet with Scott to download parenting information to be used for clients at the jail. So keep those shout outs coming to Courtney. I love reading them. I also want to put a shout out to Stephanie and Courtney and Zach for our big cheese. I hope everybody's enjoying that they're getting a highlight of a Marshall County staff member once a week. I've enjoyed it so far. We've had Jackie and Brandon as our first two big cheeses, and I'm excited to see who's next. Shout out to Courtney for suggesting next week be jeans week. So if you're working next week, then
check out these cool bubbles.
Then you can wear jeans.
Sorry.
What is everybody doing? Coming in my video.
Throwing balls at me.
You can wear jeans next week. All 3 days are open, so yay. And then congratulations to Erica Haig and Jeremy DeGia for finishing up Bowen Leadership Development. They both graduated earlier this week. And Zach, congratulations for getting into the winter 2019 cohort. Next on the agenda is note timeliness. We had set it at 50% a couple months ago, and it is moving up to 60%. So that expectation is going to start on January 6th. Moving forward, that the expectation is going to be 60% note timeliness. If you have questions, ask your supervisor. We now have an SU outcome measure called the Treatment Effectiveness Assessment, so the T, and that will be an avatar soon. So everyone who does treatment plans, so mainly the therapists, make sure starting January that all of your treatment plans have some kind of outcome measure tied to it. And unless it's an SU client, since that's not live and active yet in Avatar. What's going on behind me? Yes. So they all need to have at least one goal or objective that has an outcome measure in there with a goal for improvement. Next, there are going to be some changes somewhere in January on Kansansa's 180s. I don't have a lot of details, so I'm just recommending that throughout the next couple weeks with cancellations, no shows, so this is mainly for therapists, look at your caseload and try to get some of those that are due up to date. and more information to come. What is happening here? Let's see. The ICP care plan reviews. This is something that the therapists currently do, but it's kind of like double work because the SCs and STs have been asked to do those with their clients to give an idea of like how treatment's going, and what like the goals are, what they need to be, if they've been successful or not. And the therapists have to do that already. So with the therapist changes that are happening starting in January, doing more 30, 45-minute sessions, they're gonna be seeing more clients, and so that's even more paperwork. So this ICP review is going to be going to skills coaches for the clients you have. It is very similar to what you already do. Amber Beaver's done one already. Carrie Niles, person who just walked in my office, has done one already. Super easy. But these are going to be moving to then the SCs and STs to complete for their clients. There definitely will be some coordination with the therapists on getting when those need to be done. And I am going to do a training. It's going to be really quick because it's a super easy form. I'll do a training then in January because we have our staffing in person, and I will do that training then like after we finish the regular staffing. And again, it'll only be like 10 minutes, so plan on staying if you're an SC or ST after staffing in January. Let's see. So this is the end of a pay period, so it looks like we are on track to hit 11 months no needs attention. So that's really exciting, which means if we then hit next month, we have gone a whole entire year, which again, nobody's even hit like 3 months, I don't think, out of any other county. So I don't know why a year just sounds like awesome, but let's do it. Let's hit 1 year. So I was thinking for a reward or a big thank you or whatever we want to call it, a celebration of our successes, that if we don't need attention in January and we hit that year mark, to do something that's more towards the end of the day that's in Plymouth. Like if there's lots of snow, maybe we can have some like sledding over at the sledding hill, or if there isn't snow or people don't like to do stuff outside because it's cold, that we could like see about renting the bowling alley out for a little bit. Everybody seemed to like to bowl at all staff day. And then I would be in contact with Opie's to have like the side room set up and have like snacks and hors d'oeuvres and stuff and like hot cocoa out, and it would be an opportunity to not be at work but to be able to be with coworkers and hang out. And I would again try to do this towards the end of the day, probably on a Wednesday or a Friday, which I know a lot of people don't work Fridays, so that may not be the best, but then some people also would probably like to do that when they don't have to work the next day. So I would love to get feedback from you guys on this idea. And then there would be some non-training credit attached to that so that people can relax and enjoy themselves. But I can't give a full PTO day. I know that's like been like what everybody wants, but I can't give everybody a 8-hour PTO day. Upcoming events and reminders, please, no parking and client parking unless like you are bringing a client to a session to drop them off. Then you need to go move your car. We cannot park where the clients are going to park. That's their parking. So please do not do that. DCS reports, I know a reminder just came through, but with the holidays and people being out, please make sure to get your DCS reports done. Thank you. North building is closed all next week. What that means is that no clients in here. It will get opened and unalarmed, whatever that's called. So you still can come in here and, you know, go down to the hub and use the computer, or if you're a therapist, use your office if you need to. But if there's anything involved with clients, it has to be in the South building for next week. We will be reopened for the first week of January through the rest of the year. So please keep that in mind. No clients. So if you do groups in this building and you're going to do a group next week, it's got to happen somewhere next door. Okay. I already said this earlier, but reminder, January staffing is in person. So Assembly Hall, you need to pick noon on either January 23rd or 24th. And again, I try to breeze through those in about 15, 20 minutes. And again, if you're an SC or ST, you'll need to hang around for a little bit afterwards to get trained in the IACP care plan review. TB testing is January 8th. We've talked about this, I did a video, but another big reminder, 10 to 1 p.m. in the hub. And then the readings on your TB test is January 10th, 10 to 1 in the hub. If you cannot make this for a very significant reason, you need to let your supervisor know, who will let me know, and we will see what we can do to get this figured out. DCS background checks / fingerprinting for all staff that are hitting a 4-year increment anniversary. So if you've been here starting 2018 for 4 years, or 8 years, or 12, you get it. You're going to have to do your DCS paperwork again and fingerprints. It's required with our DCS contract. This is very, very important. If you do not get this done, if you are identified, you'll get an email, your supervisor will know about it. If you don't get this done, you won't be able to see DCS clients. If it's really like put off and not given proper attention, because this is very important, then your supervisor will be notified and they will follow up with you, and we don't want to have to do that, so just get it done. And then time cards. Talked about this a couple times, but really important. Please, please, please have your time card done by 3 o'clock tomorrow so your supervisor can approve it. Only exception is if you work over the weekend, and if you're somebody who works over the weekend, make sure your supervisor knows so that they can get on Saturday or Sunday, whatever day you're working, after you put your time in, to approve it, because payroll is coming in on Sunday to make sure we have money in the bank that next week. So let's be really good to them, since they have to come in on a Sunday to do our payroll because of the holiday. If you are a contract employee, please make sure to have your contract turned in tomorrow, by tomorrow also, unless you're Don Starkey, who's doing the ER work over the weekend. And Don, you need to have yours turned in as soon as possible though, so that can get processed and cleared out for the end of 2018, so we can move forward to 2019, which I can't believe it's already over. 2018's over. This has been my theme song since it came out, and I hope can be for everyone else. This sounds horrible. And for our clients, that we have to have high hopes all the time, right? Happy holidays, everyone. Bye.